Following his very impressive win against Michael Chandler at UFC 268, Justin Gaethje has stated that he feels he deserves a title shot next. Speaking to Brett Okamoto, Justin Gaethje says that it would be a travesty to the integrity of this sport if he does not get a title shot next. Here's what Justin said.
So you feel very confident, I imagine, like your next fight is for a championship?
Yeah. I think the travesty to the integrity of the sport would be too great if I didn't get it now. Before they could have done it, but now, they would have to, I would hope some journalists would make people answer some really hard, serious questions if I didn't get the case, if I didn't get the shot.
It's obviously going to be Oliveira or Poirier. You said right off the bat that you want Oliveira in Brazil or Poirier in Louisiana. And why do you want to go into hostile territory? Like, why is that something that you want extra?
Because, man, I'm only gonna. I only get these opportunities one time, and that's the best. There's nothing like it. Nothing like it. Nothing when I coming from Safford, a small town, going to Phoenix, and going in there and whooping these kids, in front of all their people. I don't know. There's something about it.
Khabib, on the other hand, disagrees with Justin Gaethje and believes his good friend Islam Makhachev is next in line for a title shot. Khabib saw this clip on Instagram and replied in the comments. This is what he said. In your last 8 fights, you got finished 3 times, Justin. You had an opportunity to become champion, but you fell asleep. Islam is on a 9-fight win streak, 3 fights in 2021, and all finishes. Just shut up and admit that Islam deserves this title shot, not you. Harsh words from Khabib, but still no response from Justin Gaethje as of yet. But do you agree or disagree with Khabib's take here? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now moving on to our next story, coming from Frankie Edgar, who says he's not going to retire after his loss to Marlon Vera this past weekend. Speaking on his podcast, The Champ and the Tramp, Frankie reveals he has been feeling some doubts after losing frequently as of late, but does not want to call it a career just yet. Here's what Frankie said about his future.
It felt great. I felt great going into it. Nerves are normal, like you have them. But again, the energy in the building, everything was great, man. Fighting was going well. Unfortunate ending. I know everybody's going to bring up the fucking retirement and this and that. And I'm not going to answer it because I don't know what it is, honestly. And I just want to know when I do retire, I'm never coming back. So I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready to make that decision yet.
Sure.
But this is probably the first time after a fight where I'm not thinking about my next fight. I'm not thinking about getting back in the gym. I know I'm never going to stop training, no matter what I decide. And I will be back in the gym soon just because I'm addicted to that. But I'm not thinking of it. And this is the first time probably in my fight career that's happened. So yeah, I don't know if I'm thinking about what I'm going to do next or when I'm going to do next. Maybe that is how I'm thinking about fighting. But it's not on my mind like it usually is. And I don't know if that means something or not. But I know I got a lot of left to give this sport in many ways. Like my spirit doesn't want to be done. That's for sure. I feel like I can still do this high level. I was doing it at a high level, 2 nights ago, and it got caught with a good shot. But I don't like being on this end, and it seems like I'm here often as of late. So I'm being real about it. But again, I'm not going to make a decision. I don't know if I'll ever be the guy that goes out and announces he's retiring. You know what I mean? I don't know if I could do that. And I don't know if I'll be the guy that's in a year from now going to be like, I want to fight, So I'm just not going to make any announcement.
Our next story comes from Conor McGregor throwing shots at Jorge Masvidal on Twitter for pulling out of the Leon Edwards fight. By the way, Leon Edwards is represented by the same talent agency as Conor. So let's see what Conor McGregor tweeted. It's Masvidal's birthday today, but he's a bitch for bottling the fight against Leon. Fuck your injury. You signed a fight, you fight. Strip that belt from him that he never even won. Ho in a house coat. The fuck was that about as well? Last season's Versace house coat? Ha ha ha, WTF. Now, Masvidal did see this tweet and fired back at Conor. He replied, I guess you're off the meds again barking up the wrong tree. And don't be upset, your client was about to be blessed with the biggest payday of his life and now you don't get a dime off his whack ass. Too much man for you, little guy. Go back to fighting old dudes in bars. And the final reply of this Twitter exchange came from Conor. He said this, yeah, okay, sweetheart. Stick that kettle on for me in your little house coat there. Me and Hans have a meeting about your pity wage today, ha ha ha. Our next story comes from Jon Jones, who has found his new training home. Jones was temporarily suspended from Jackson Wink MMA gym after news came out that Jones was arrested for charges of domestic violence. Since being suspended, Jones had been training out of his garage and announced on Twitter that he won't be returning to Jackson Wink. So that brings us to today, where Jones announced on Instagram that he is joining a Greg Jackson affiliated gym, the same gym where he trained for his first world title fight. Here's a video of Jon Jones uploaded of his new team and his new home.
Huh? That's what we need. Look at this place. This is restart, John? This is whack day. This is whack game. I like this. It's great to be back. So, training back at the original Jackson's MMA on Ancoma in the war zone where it all began, where some of my best matches all started. And it's really good to be back here. It's a great energy. It's a great feel. And let's get to it.
Our next story comes from Max Holloway, who reveals that there's a ton of options available with a win over Yair Rodriguez this weekend. Speaking to Ariel Helwani, Max hints that the UFC may offer him a big fight at lightweight or perhaps a fight against Conor McGregor. Here's what Max said.
Have they said you win on Saturday, you're getting a title shot? I feel like it's a stupid question, but has that been said to you or your team?
I mean, yeah, I would, I got five title defensives, and I would like that 6. But with possible fights and stuff, there are bigger fights that UFC discussed us with. I got to win over the 155 champ right now. We're always on the short list for Conor. We was on that, like I said, the last time before we got injured, we was one of the replacement fighters. And then I'm the best boxer in the UFC. So use your imagination, my friends. That it's a wild world today.
It feels like there's always like a bit of flirting going on between you and Conor. So he drops a little thing, you drop a little thing. It feels like you're circling each other right now.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that obviously Conor wants Dustin or he wants Nate or whatever, but anybody at 45 or 55 after those guys, my name pops up. You can go call Hunter right now. Go ask him who can sell, who's going to sell numbers with Conor, and they're going to drop my name all the time. So at the end of the day, I'm always on the short list for Conor. So we see what happens, we see what happens. First things first, I got to fight November 13th and we go from there.
Our next story comes from Yair Rodriguez, who is fighting Max Holloway this weekend after an almost 2-year layoff. Speaking at Media Day, Yair explains why he's been out for so long and what he's been up to. Here's what he said.
So you're talking about being back, Yair. I mean, 2 years at this point, man. How does it feel to be on a fight week again?
Well, it's an amazing feeling to be finally here. After 2 years of trying to get back here, finally we're here and we're ready for Saturday. Just a matter of time, a couple of days for the fight to happen and I'm ready.
That's awesome. Was it difficult to stay positive, to stay focused like during this time away?
Yeah, of course. I guess it was difficult for a lot of reasons, like personal reasons, like COVID and like family passing away, friends recently passing away, and injuries, mine and Max injuries. So like kind of everything added to these couple of years of being out of competition. But I've been really trying to get back in here, bro. I was ready to fight in March. I've been getting prepared when my suspension got over. March 7th, I was ready. And they told me that I was going to fight Max right after in June. And then couldn't happen. Then was July. He got injured. And then we moved it all the way here. That's almost a year of just waiting. And, but that's the past. Now we're here and we're looking forward for Saturday and doing our best. And we're ready.
That's awesome.
That about wraps up the video for today. Leave a like if you made it this far, subscribe if you want to see more videos, but whatever you do, have a great day and peace.